this is, he didn't even know he was doing it, one of the great indictments in Aaron Rodgers' career, and one of the great indictments of making a coaching change for coaching change's sake. And we can run ourselves into circles saying that Robert Saleh was a bad game manager, and I wouldn't disagree, that Robert Saleh wasn't a good head coach, and I don't have the evidence that he was. But they fired Robert Saleh because, at least in part, the quarterback didn't get along with the head coach, and that Woody Johnson felt as though the team needed a spark. And Davante Adams walks into a team and says, not only do they not have a spark, they're dead on arrival. So where is what Jeff Ulbrich was supposed to bring to the table? What Jeff Ulbrich was promoted to do, fiery, defensive-oriented guy. Juts out his jaw. As you said, great beard. As you said, Babs, looks like an NFL head coach, sounds like an NFL head coach. That this team, with their season on the precipice in Pittsburgh, I mean, this is not a 1 o'clock in Jacksonville. Sunday night in Pittsburgh was so dead that Davante Adams walked in and said, what the hell is going on around here? This is a zombie team. Is such an indictment on Jeff Ulbrich, such an indictment of the organization, misreading a situation of what will create a spark, and such an incredible indictment on Aaron Rodgers. You gave the keys of the castle to a guy that brings you absolutely zero leadership. None. This is the season. Again, this isn't a 1 o'clock in Cincinnati. This is Sunday night football in Pittsburgh. And Davante Adams walked in and said, why is everything so depressing around here? Why is everybody so quiet? Why is it so flat? And after watching 4 quarters of football, felt, I have to say something. What an incredible indictment. And this will forever be how people misread Aaron Rodgers. When Rodgers has had a solid organization around him, Rodgers is only asked to go out there and flick his wrist on 3rd and 16, and boy, does it look pretty. And on a couple of moments a game, you go, boy, there is nobody in NFL history that can do that. And that's fine. And that's fine. But if you need somebody, which you need most of the time at that position, to rally the troops, to set a tone, to lead by example, to wake people up, to demand more, he ain't it. He's not it. And he waltzed into New York for the Jets and wanted all the control that Tom Brady got. And he got it. And he ain't the guy. He's great when he's got a great team around him, a stable organization, a media that doesn't have its fangs out, and all he has to do is go out there on Sunday and flick the wrist. But if you want a culture change or a culture builder, he ain't it. And when people get confused, especially those in the media that have loved his answers and his winding stories and his charm behind the microphone, and admittedly, that's becoming less and less by the day, but over the years, Rodgers has gotten a pass because he sounds like a leader when he speaks to the media. He's intellectual. He's going to point out this, that, or the other thing bluntly. He's going to talk a good game. And when you see him walk onto the field with slow motion cameras on him by NFL Films last year, and he spins that ball, and he walks with that swag, you go, man, that's the guy. But what we don't see behind the scenes is how much of a loser he is when things go bad. The ultimate loser. And here's Davante Adams walking into a team where Aaron Rodgers has had full control to build the culture. And he goes, oh my God, there is none. It's all hollow. There's nothing here. Davante Adams walked into a house that Aaron Rodgers gave the blueprints to, hired the contractors to, and said, this is our dream home, everybody. And Davante Adams walked into the house and said, oh my God, there's no house. There's nothing here. Nothing's gotten done. We're almost at Halloween. Davante Adams goes, nobody cares. Nobody cares around here. Nobody cares. It's the single greatest indictment of Aaron Rodgers as a leader there has ever been, because this is Aaron Rodgers' best friend. He walked in and said, there's nothing here. Man, you could change the OC, you can change the head coach, you can change the roster, you can sign Allen Lazard, you can bring in Davante Adams, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You have asked Aaron Rodgers to change your culture, and he can't. He can't. It's not what he does. Montana can do that. Peyton Manning did that in Denver. Tom Brady did that in Tampa Bay. Patrick Mahomes has done that in Kansas City. Rodgers can't do it. He can't do it. And people are waiting for him to do it, and he can't. You can keep waiting. Wait all you want. It cannot happen. He doesn't have the devices to do it. And Davante Adams, good on him. I appreciate that, because Davante's going, I'm not going to let the season go away. Thank God Davante Adams said something. At least he's got something within him to say, no, this is not how you win. But you think Aaron Rodgers can do it? Sorry, Babs. He can't, and he won't.
And good on Davante Adams for identifying a problem and saying, I've only been here 5 minutes, but I'm going to have to say something. But I know that Joe Montana went to Kansas City. I worked in Kansas City, and the guys that were there, a cohort of mine, a colleague of mine, Tim Grunhard, was on the offensive line, and he said there was the Chiefs before Joe Montana, there was the Chiefs after Joe Montana. We changed the day he walked into that building. He taught us how to win. And Montana kind of set the thing in motion for the 90s where they would make the playoffs every single year. He was only there for 2 seasons. Ask anybody in Denver how the Broncos were before Peyton Manning showed up and after Peyton Manning showed up. The moment Peyton Manning showed up, they became a Super Bowl contender for all 4 of those years he was there. Ask anybody in Tampa what happened in Tampa when Tom Brady showed up. There were the Buccaneers before Tom Brady, the Buccaneers after Tom Brady. And now ask anybody with the Jets what it looked like before Aaron Rodgers and after. And they might say it's worse after. Davante Adams walked in and said, oh, my God, this sucks. We're terrible. There's no culture. We don't care. We're dead on arrival. That tells you everything.